What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Z Sports and Entertainment. I am Z. We are back from our hiatus, and we're gonna get some content out. We're gonna be talking about a lot over the next couple of days. We're gonna be talking about some NCAA football. We're gonna get some basketball in there. We're gonna get some NFL in there. Things are wrapping up with training camp and preseason, and NFL teams are finalizing their rosters. The college football season is kicked off. Team USA is underway and the FIBA play. So we got some stuff to talk about. The baseball season is coming to an end, so let's do it. Today, right now, this video, we are going to talk about the NCAA AP Top 25. We're going to look it over. We're going to talk about it, see what we like, see what we don't like, things like that. So let's hop right into it, man. We're going to start from the bottom, and we're going to work our way up. So we're going to go from 25 up to, we're going to go from 25 to 1. So here we go. Iowa, 25. Tulane, after the season they had last year, 24. Texas A&M and Jimbo, they're 23. Ole Miss, 22. UNC and Drake May, 21. Right there, a couple of things that stand out. Iowa. Probably going to have a good defense like they always have. Probably going to struggle on offense like they always have. Iowa's always been right there in the mix as far as the Big Ten goes. So we'll see. We'll see if they can be in the upper echelons of the Big Ten with the Ohio States, Penn States, Michigans, or if they just stay right there in the middle of the pack. Tulane had a great season last year. Lost a couple of good players to the draft, maybe even their best player. So we'll see if they can keep it going, or if last year was just last year. Texas A&M, don't really know what to expect from Texas A&M. Great recruiting classes. Honestly, we just don't know. They lost 6 in the draft to the Dolphins. I mean, the quarterback play last year was kind of up and down, so don't really know. I like Ole Miss at 22. I think that's a good spot for them to start. I like Jackson Dart. Nice dual threat. Somebody can throw the ball, run the ball, do everything Lane Kiffin needs him to do. I'm a little worried about the weapons that may be around him. They lost Jonathan Mingo. They lost some other guys. They outside of Jackson Dart, I don't really know what Ole Miss has, but we're gonna find out. North Carolina at 21. Ouch. I feel like that's a little bit surprising. And when I say surprising, I think that's a little bit low. Did they have the best season last year? They did not. But I personally, I still feel like they overachieved last year. Of course, they got Drake May, probably going to go top 5 in the NFL draft. We'll see. I feel like we're going to get a good indication of how good this kid really is this year. Last year, he showed that he's an NFL talent. I feel like this year we're going to get to see what he can really do, like intuition, dog, mentally. We're going to see. 20 to 15. We got the Oklahoma Sooners at 20, Wisconsin at 19, Oregon State 18. Interesting. TCU 17, and Kansas State 16. Oklahoma at 20. A lot of people are talking a lot about Oklahoma, saying they'll never get back to the days of Lincoln Riley, Bob Stoops. I like Venable. I like Venable a lot. He is a defensive coach. I don't know, though. I'm 50-50 on that feeling. I like Dylan Gabriel. I think he's a nice quarterback. They have to, Oklahoma has to rebound because the Lincoln Riley just abruptly leaving, taking Caleb Williams with him, taking a lot of talent with him. Oklahoma losing a lot of recruits and prospects that they expected to come to Oklahoma who ended up in USC and other places. Granted, Venable did bring some pieces with him from Clemson, and he did bring some recruits that were supposed to go to Clemson to Oklahoma, but it just feels like they severely underperformed last year. You know, even under the circumstances with the situations, you know, Gabriel was in and out of the lineup, you know, but I still think in the Big 12, they could be the second best team behind Texas. I really do. I really do think Oklahoma could still be the second best team. Even though you got TCU, even though you got TCU and Kansas State ranked above them, I still feel like Oklahoma has the talent and potential and the coaching to be the second best team in the Big 12. Wisconsin at 19, I don't know, man. We'll see. I kind of feel the same about them as I do about Iowa. They got a hell of a coach in Luke Fickell. I think he's going to do wonders up there. They got the quarterback from SMU. They got the amazing running back. Oklahoma could surprise some people. They could. That kid they got from SMU, the only reason I'm not pronouncing his name or saying his name is because I don't want to mess it up. But that kid they got from SMU can throw the fucking football. And that running back that they got, they talking about him as supposed to be like the next Derrick Henry. I got him as like my sleeper Heisman pick. So I like Oklahoma at 19. I think it could only go up from here, but I could also see them finishing the season exactly where they started. Oregon State. Don't know how I feel about it. They did bring in DJ Ugalele, or I'm probably saying that wrong. They did bring in DJ. If you don't know who DJ is, he was number 5, the quarterback from Clemson last year, had a rocky couple of years, but he's going to be able to do his thing at Oregon State. Hopefully put his name back on the map as far as being one of the best quarterbacks in the country. We'll see. Oregon State, though, I mean, it's just a lot of unknown. Who's he throwing the ball to? Who's he handing the ball off to? And if y'all know these answers and I don't, then I apologize. But just based off what I know, me seeing Oregon State as 18 is a favor. They're going to have to show me something. Seriously, they are. TCU, same thing. Going to have to show me something. Y'all had an amazing team last year. Y'all had an amazing run. Y'all did great things, but y'all don't have Max Duggan no more. Y'all don't have Quentin Johnson no more. Y'all don't have D. Davis no more. Y'all lost a lot of guys. And I just don't see under any circumstances them doing what they did last year. I just don't. I don't see them winning the Big 12. They didn't win the Big 12. Kansas State won the Big 12. But I don't see them going undefeated, having a one-loss season, I just don't see it. Last year was a great year for them. But we'll see. Same thing goes for Kansas State. I don't see Kansas State being 16th team in the country. I just don't. No Adrian Martinez, no Deuce Vaughn. That's your offensive production right there. Y'all remember the game that Adrian Martinez had against Oklahoma last year? Go look at the production that Deuce Vaughn did. Just go. I mean, I just don't see it. I mean, so that to me, that's 3 teams, 18, 17, and 16, who I feel like could easily be out of the top 25 by maybe week 4 or 5. Like, seriously. Let's keep it moving. Let's go down from 15. Let's do 15 to 11. Got the Oregon Ducks at 15. Utah, 14. Notre Dame, 13. Tennessee, 12. Texas, 11. This is an interesting group. I like this group. Oregon at 15. Personally, looking at the top 10, I would have had them higher. I mean, Bo Nix could potentially be in a Heisman candidate. I mean, Dan Lanning is looking like he's going to be a solid leader and coach up in Oregon. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really know what they're missing. I mean, of course you're going to say USC, but personally, I think they're better than Utah. I think they're better than Washington. That's just my opinion, but 15 isn't terrible. It's not bad. I just think they're better than that. That's just my opinion. Utah's always gonna be solid. Utah's always gonna be good. My thing with Utah is Utah will beat the top teams, the ranked teams, the teams they're not supposed to beat. But Utah will lose to a team that you expect them to beat by 40. That's the problem. That's why they always finish 8-4, 9-3, 10-2, because those 3, 4, and 2 losses that they have are always like, how do you beat? I'm just throwing something out there. Number 9 USC, but you lose to I don't know, unranked Cal. Like, I don't know. Like, Utah got to show me something. Like, they are the back-to-back Pac-12 champions. If they win the Pac-12 this year, they'll go down. That's crazy. That is wild, actually. Damn. We'll see if they can make another Rose Bowl run. We'll see. Notre Dame, 13. Notre Dame has already played a football game. They played in Ireland. Sam Hartman looks fucking amazing. And I'm going to be honest with you. I know everybody's talking about Caleb Williams. I know everybody's talking about Drake May. I know some people are throwing some other names out there as far as quarterbacks. You know, people are saying Spencer Rattler looks good. You know, we just talked about DJ. You know, the J.J. McCarthy from Michigan and Quinn Ewers from Texas. But let me tell you something. Sam Hartman, the quarterback from Notre Dame, watch out for him. Formerly of Wake Forest, watch out for him. That young man can throw the football. He can make every throw on the field, under pressure, under duress. He got that dog in him. He done been through some adversity. Homie has had his rib removed and wears it as a necklace now. You can't tell me he don't love this game. Sam Hartman gives me, he has the feel-good story. He has the game, the ability, and to me, he has it between the ears. That's the most important thing about being a quarterback in my eyes. If you got it between the ears, you can figure the rest out. That's why Stetson Bennett was so damn good. He may not have had all the physical attributes, and he may have had to be in college for 8 years to figure it the fuck out, but he had it between the ears. When you get it between the ears, the rest just comes. That's just my opinion, but hey. Notre Dame could be like a sleeper playoff team. They could. If Sam Hartman plays at the level that he played at Wake Forest at Notre Dame with the talent that Notre Dame has on both sides of the ball, they could be a sleeper playoff team. Watch out for the Goldheads. Tennessee 12. I just don't like Tennessee. I don't like nobody in the SEC East. Don't like none of them. I think Joe Milton is overrated. I don't care if he can throw a football 90 yards or not. Can he read a fucking defense? That's what I care about. I don't think they lost Jalen Hyatt. They lost Darnell Wright. They lost their top target. They lost their best offensive lineman. They lost their starting quarterback. Y'all got to show me something. I feel like this was a very generous ranking. This ranking was based solely on what y'all did last year. Y'all got to show me something. Joe Milton could come out here and be the next coming of Hendon Hooker. I don't know, but he didn't look good at Michigan. He's looked better at Tennessee, but I still see flaws. I saw a ranking somewhere, or a picture, or a projection, or whatever you want to call it, and it was like, it was top quarterbacks in the SEC. Milton was one. What pissed me off about that, I think it listed like 10 quarterbacks. 16 teams in the SEC. I understand Carson Beck hasn't played much football, damn near none. But he ain't in the top 10? And this dude is number 1? I just don't see it. That's just my opinion. That's just me. But hey, we're going to move on from Tennessee. Texas at 11. Texas is going to be one of the most exciting teams all year. Quinn Ewers is a projected first-round pick right now, but you better believe the second he fucks up or slips up, they're going to be yelling, Archie, Archie, Archie. But I'm going to tell you what Quinn Ewers needs to do in order to prevent that from happening. You beat Bama in Bama. The Johnny Manziel documentary just came out. You see how his life changed after that? I'm just saying. Not comparing Quinn Ewers to Johnny Manziel because they are two completely different players, but Texas is going to be exciting. You know, they got A.D. Mitchell from Georgia. They got the recruits. They got the players. They did lose Bijan Robinson, but I think Texas is all right. I think they're all right. They're in good hands, I believe, under Coach Sarkisian. I got a lot of faith in Texas this year. Hope they don't let me down. Let's move on. We're in top 10, and we just gonna go. Washington Huskies at 10. I get it. You know, Michael Phoenix looks like he's gonna be one of the best quarterbacks in the country. He throws a pretty ball. It's just so crazy how different he played at Indiana versus Washington. At Indiana, it was like you debated if this kid could actually play quarterback. Now at Washington, he could throw for 5,000 yards. It's crazy. I think Washington's gonna be a good team, 9-3ish, maybe 10-2ish. I think the Pac-12 gonna beat each other up a little bit. I think it may be maybe one or two outliers, but for the most part, I see them beating the shit out of each other. Yeah, outside of Michael Phoenix, that's all I really got on Washington. Clemson 9. I probably would have had them a little higher, just preferably over the two teams that are in front of them. I think is it Klubik, the quarterback, Cade? I think he's gonna be a stud. I like him. I think he's gonna be a star. He looks like he's coming into his own from a physical standpoint. Gained 16 pounds of muscle this offseason. I mean, you still got Will Shipley in the backfield. You still got damn good pieces on the defensive side of the ball. You still got Dabo as a coach. Clemson is Clemson. Clemson is Clemson. And their season isn't considered successful unless they're competing for the ACC championship and competing for a playoff spot. That's just me being real. Clemson going 10-2, winning the ACC and playing in the Cotton Bowl does them no good. It doesn't. It does them no good. That's just my opinion. Florida State at 8, I feel like that's a little bit crazy. Travis Rudolph had a pretty good year. I said Travis Rudolph. Is that his name? I know Travis. Travis had a damn good year last year. You got some damn good receivers. You got one of the best defensive players in the country in 5. Florida State, it's crazy though. Like a couple years ago, they had Travis Hunter, and Deion took him. Could you imagine Travis Hunter on this team? Anyway, I don't know about Florida State. I really don't. I personally, I don't feel like they're the best ACC team. I mean, I know it's preseason. I know, we haven't played no football yet, but 8 just seems a little too high for me. I mean, I feel like I would have had Clemson over them. I probably would have had Notre Dame and Oregon over them. I mean, they're showing Florida State a lot of love at 8. Penn State at 7, kind of feel the same way. I feel like they getting shown a lot of love, and I don't know why. I don't know why. Penn State has not had, great recruiting classes. They've had good recruiting classes, not great. Still got James Franklin at coach. Excuse me. I just feel like Penn State has put themselves in the box to where they'll always be behind Michigan and Ohio State. I do. I feel like they're in the box. And until they beat Michigan and until they beat Ohio State, I don't see them getting out of their box. It's cool to be ranked 7 in the preseason, but it's almost expected for them to lose those 2 games every year. USC at 6. I probably would have put him at 5. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Again, it's been a minute. We 17 minutes in. My throat a little dry. I'm sorry. USC, I get it. You got the reigning Heisman Trophy winner. You got the hot commodity as a head coach. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe Cliff Kingsbury is offensive coordinator now. So if that's the case, Cliff Kingsbury and Lincoln Riley, Caleb Williams is in great hands. Great fucking hands. I mean, seriously, great hands. The quarterbacks that those two dudes have worked with, he in great hands. They got the speed, they got the excitement, they got the players. They've already played the game. They look damn good. Caleb Williams already out here making Patrick Mahomes type plays. He could real shit. He could go back to back. He stay healthy. This team win the games they supposed to win. This motherfucker could go back to back. He could. I like USC at 6. Like I said, I probably would have had him at 5 over LSU. LSU is at 5. I don't know. I don't see the hype. I see a lot of people talking about Jaden Daniels, potential Heisman Trophy winner, and I know they got Harold Perkins, one of the best defensive players in the league. I mean, in the league, one of the best defensive players in the country, but I don't see it. I don't see it out of LSU. And I probably won't be able to see it until they play Alabama. Probably won't. I don't know if I'm being a little too harsh or if I just don't know enough right now, but I don't see it. They lost Ojulari. They lost some stuff. They lost some stuff. Like, don't get me wrong. They had a good season last year. Made the SEC championship. You know, Brian Kelly in his first year was dope. You know, y'all won the SEC West, but I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's because Alabama's in that division. I don't know. I just don't know. That's crazy though. Right now, you're the third best team in the SEC and you're 5th in the country. That's crazy. At 4, Alabama. And I personally feel like the only reason they are at 4 is because they don't know what's going on at quarterback. That's it. If Bryce Young was coming back, or even if it was a situation where it was like, this is the guy, they would probably be 3 or 2. But the fact that the quarterback is like a legit question mark, nobody knows who's going to start at quarterback. We don't know if it's going to be just one guy playing quarterback by commit. We have no idea what Nick Saban is doing at quarterback. We don't. And for that reason, they are 4. At 3, Ohio State. The reason Ohio State is 3 is because they almost beat Georgia last year. They almost beat Georgia last year, and if they would have beat Georgia last year, Ohio State would be national champions. I'm so sorry. But that's just the facts. If Ohio State beats Georgia, they going to beat TCU. Not as bad as Georgia did, but they going to beat TCU. And the only reason they are 3 instead of 2 over Michigan is because they got a little bit of unknown at quarterback. Outside of quarterback, they got everything else they need. Receivers, O-line, D-line, linebackers. They got it. They got it. But it's quarterback. At 2, they got Michigan. And I disagree with this so hard. I disagree with this so much. Yeah, the running backs coming back. Yeah, you got J.J. McCarthy. Don't really know who you got out wide. And you're going to have a dominant defense. The last 2 years, you've been able to win the Big Ten. You've been able to do that. You've been able to win the Big Ten the last 2 years. You've been able to beat Ohio State the last 2 years. That's great. But I just feel like Ohio State has a better overall team. John Harbaugh is going to be suspended for the first couple of games. And if what I'm hearing correctly, they're going to do a coach by committee. Michigan don't get their shit together, they could drop one of these early games. Unless talent just destroys everybody, but yeah. And then, of course, at 1, we have the back-to-back national champions, my Georgia Bulldogs. Oh, how I love the Bulldogs. I can't wait until September 2nd. That is going to be an amazing day for me. I'm a little worried. Over the past 2 years, we've lost a lot. Over the past 2 years, there has been a lot of turnover. The good thing about the turnover is we replace 5 stars with 5 stars. We replace 4 stars with 5 stars. We replace 3 stars with 4 stars. Kirby Smart has recruited his ass off to the point where when you look at our roster, you almost know who's the next in line based on just the recruiting class. I mean, we are probably the deepest team in college football. We are probably the most physical team in college football. We are probably the most focused and well-coached and determined team in college football. It truly feels like that whatever it is that Kirby Smart has going on in Georgia or down there in Athens, it's truly like the recipe. You got to understand, man. This dude, like Kirby Smart, I'm done criticizing and questioning Kirby Smart, and I'm going to tell you why. He picked Jake Fromm over Jacob Eason and Justin Fields. He picked Stetson Bennett over JT Daniels. Now, here's the thing. If you don't know who Jacob Eason and JT Daniels and Jake Fromm are, here they are. Jake Fromm was a 3 or 4 star prospect coming out of Houston County High School in Georgia. Always wanted to go to Georgia, committed to Georgia. He didn't care if he was starting or not. Jacob Eason, highly touted 5-star recruit from Washington. Could have went to Washington and been the man. He decided to come to Georgia. Came to Georgia, started his freshman year, had great potential, was probably going to be a top pick in the NFL draft if he just would have stayed at Georgia. Got hurt first game of the season. Here comes freshman quarterback Jake Fromm, takes us all the way to the fucking college football playoff. Okay, next, you got 5-star, number 1 overall recruit in the country, Justin Fields coming in. Jake Fromm's only a sophomore. They use Justin Fields in the very minimum package. Jake Fromm starts, just keeps winning. Just keeps fucking winning. Justin Fields transfers. Boom. All right. Jake Fromm's time at Georgia comes to an end. We don't know who the quarterback is. Oh, shit. All right. We got Stetson Bennett. But we got this 5-star, JT Daniels, who just transferred from USC. JT Daniels was a damn good quarterback. Could make every throw on the field, but for whatever reason, Kirby Smart went with Stetson. For whatever reason, he went with Stetson. Forced JT Daniels to transfer to West Virginia, and from West Virginia, I think he's transferred to fucking Rice. But I don't know. I never doubt Kirby Smart. Georgia going for the 3-peat. I am a little worried because, like I said, we done lost a lot over the last 3 years. A lot of people have transferred out, but we've seemed to. It seems to be a revolving door. That place is starting to turn into like a serious factory, and it's amazing. I love it. But that's the top 25, man. That's the top 25. It is some people who I feel like that got left out. I think South Carolina could have been somebody that you put in there. I'm the real. Outside of that, that might be it. Not real high on Texas Tech. Not real high on UCLA, University of Texas, San Antonio. I'm good on all them. But that's the top 25, man. That's the top 25. That's what we got. I'm satisfied, but I'm just satisfied because college football is back. I'm just satisfied because football is back, period. I've had a blast in the preseason. This past Saturday with these couple of games popping off, I'm real excited. I'm real excited about this college football season, y'all. I am. I appreciate y'all for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, and share. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Z out.